Hello, we are Team priekškara, and we believe that you should never feel obligated to do the things in an ordinary way. Look out for the opportunities and you will find them. So we created a podcast to share valuable information about non-formal education to young people. Um, yes, so the problem we found about non-formal education is that people are being inactive and know virtually nothing about non-formal education. And there are many reasons why that happens. Firstly, because nowadays society is highly dependent on technologies. So young people are just not interested in participating in social activities. The second reason is because main education route is still considered formal education because 4.4% of young people aged 15 to 29 in Latvia participate in non-formal education, which is below the average of European Union with 11.4%. And the third reason is because young people lack motivation, and they think that there will be no reason or anything that will get them to places they need. So in our team there are four wonderful ladies from Liepāja, Rēzekne, Salaspils and Dundaga. And you may ask, why did we took up this challenge? Well, we are teenagers who constantly look for the opportunities to develop ourselves. So we wanted to help other young people to do that also. So we wanted to contribute to their self-growth by educating them about non-formal education opportunities and make the podcast to do that. So right now we have published 6 episodes about non-formal education and created some events where we could interact with our audience face-to-face. Because in our podcast, information is already pre-recorded, so you can't change anything. But in these events, you can ask questions and dive deeper in the topics you want to research. So at the beginning, it was very hard to find people or companies that would help us. But as a Christmas gift, we received a letter from Radius Conto, who agreed to work with us and provide place and equipment to record the podcast. And we also have worked with some companies like Brain Games and Nepotence Publishers. And also we have worked with some smaller Latvian student companies like Planti, Raund, and ST. So our main competitor is Google, because you can ask anything there and you will find information. But in our podcast, you have the opportunity to hear real people and their experiences. In our events also, you can talk to real people, and Google cannot provide that. So in our future, we plan to take some break and rethink the way we provide information. And well, before break, we will publish the 3 episodes we have already recorded, and then we may turn our podcast in a different direction, because we think that non-formal education is not just about non-formal education. It's also about education as a whole, and you can talk about universities and other ways to educate yourself, and it's also very valuable. So the main thing is that we need, in order... Can we finish this one? So we think that you should never feel obligated to do things in an ordinary way. So look out for the opportunities and you will find them. Thank you for your attention. We are ready for questions.
Yes, thank you girls for your presentation. And now let's hear what our prominent jury members want to know about your project.
Your podcast, where is it available? On Spotify, anything?
On Spotify. We also thought about Apple podcasters, but as it's not like very popular within student company, like students, but in older people, we decided not to publish on Apple podcasts.
Yeah. And can you tell how many people have listened to your podcast?
Yes, already we have published 6 episodes and reached 200 listeners. And in our face-to-face events, we reach 150 students.
Okay, good, good.
What kinds of, how would you define non-formal education, and what sort of things count as that? What sort of things people might not know about that exist as non-formal education? Just interested as a parent,
Yes. Well, when we began this project, we also had this question. So we decided on an answer that is everything outside of the school and what you learn in school is non-formal education, like trainings and projects, organizations, everything you can join that is not associated with school is non-formal education, in our opinion.
Thanks. I just had a question about the topics. So you've done 6 podcasts, there's 3 more to come, but what are the actual topics of each of those? And how did you choose those, or why?
Right. So we choose non-formal education, like projects about, I don't know, like non-formal education. So we have interviewed SMU, which are student, like mini businesses, right? And we choose that because like that's such a big possibility to, I don't know, like enhance your intelligence and just be like the better you, and that's why.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think the thing with podcasts is that the impact you make kind of really depends on the size of the audience you reach, or whether you engage your actual target audience. I was wondering, what was your strategy in trying to attract your audience so they would listen, and what would you do in the future to grow it?
Katrin? Okay, so we have Instagram page where we provide information that the podcast is out and you can listen to new episodes. Also, we advertise in schools. We send out posters. And also these face-to-face events promote this podcast because it's like in event you listen about one topic and then there is opportunity to listen to podcast and research other topics. To previous question answering, we also talked with Bank student something with Future Heroes program graduate, then with TELUS organization graduate, which is also some kind of connection to Club Smaja that was previously mentioned from other team. And well, there are some other people we talked to that I cannot remember right now.
Thank you.
Non-formal education. Okay, but it can be also music and dances and something like that.
Of course,
and yeah. How will you, because it's such a big range of different things, how you will be able just to make it easy for you to choose what you will be like interviewing and just pointing out as one of the most interesting things. And for example, also a question regarding, okay, I know that this is a sensitive question, but like, what will you divide, for example, for female audience and for male audience as a non-formal education?
Well, we do not divide because education is for all, and everyone that wants to listen, there's like nothing that stops them. So how we choose that, what we talk to? Well, firstly, what we are interested in. So the programs we should like to join or are interesting to us and have heard about them and can't find any information to support our interest. So we talk about with them. Also, we asked in our Instagram account to our audience what they feel like we should talk about and what they like. And I think that we should make a questionnaire to interview wider audience and know what they are interested in. for example, these organizations or projects are not everything we can talk about, and maybe in these questionnaires there shows up something that we haven't thought about, and we can improve on and make better podcasts.
So, any more questions, jury? No, so we give a couple of minutes for jury to grade a pitch. And girls, thank you very much.